All right, guys. Obviously, you guys should have started this in class, and I want to make sure I go over the ones that maybe you did not get to. So I'm going to do the right side of this entire worksheet, and hopefully you guys did the left, and that's what I'm going to tell you in class to do at least. So as a little bit of a review, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, for this problem, it's telling us to show our work. It's telling us do not graph, so we do not need the graph. Line down the middle, add 5 to both sides, because that is the opposite of a minus 5. Go ahead and add 5 to both sides. We are then left with our x, the same symbol. These go ahead and cross out, and we have 10 plus 5 is 15. We have nothing else to do. X is by itself. The symbol doesn't change, so x is less than 15 is our answer. All right, over here, we need to solve and then graph. So this is 6 times x is greater than or equal to 12. The opposite of multiplication is division, so we're going to go ahead and divide both sides by 6. When we do so, these will cancel out. We are left with x is greater than or equal to 12 divided by 6 is 2. All right, so now we need to graph this. We need to show our 0. We need to show a 2. All right, I'll show a negative 2 so you guys know where the negatives are. Now we have x is greater than or equal to 2. So we know we're going to have a closed circle because of this line. Remember, whenever we see a line there, we have a closed circle. And x is greater than 2. So where are the numbers that are greater? Well, those are going to be over here towards our 3 and our 4, right? So those are greater numbers. So there's our answer. We solved it, and then we graphed it. Boom. All right, so that was section 2, was learning how to not only solve, but graph. Section 3 was two-step equations. So now we have to do one of those. So we're going to hold line down the middle. Again, our first step is going to be to subtract 5 from both sides. Make sure I space this out a little nicer for you guys on the test. We're left with 2x is less than 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So make sure you use a calculator if you need to, 8. And so the first step was like number 1, where we got the number to the side by itself. The second step is going to be like number 2, where now we have to separate this 2 and this x. So we're going to go ahead and divide by both sides by 2. I'm running out of room here. So then we're left with x. Symbol stays the same. 8 divided by 2 is 4. I'm going to draw a new line down here because I did not give enough room on that. I'll see if I can have this edited before you guys even open up this file. And then I will have 0 here. I'll show my 4. All right. X is going to be less than 4. This is going to be an open circle because there's no line under it. So it's open circle. And where are my numbers that are smaller than 4? Well, they're this way. Okay. So there was a two-step problem, subtraction then division, and we graphed it. Awesome, awesome. So we've already finished section 1, section 2. Now we have section 3. All section 3 was to take an inequality when we have the words and we want to change it into an expression. So we have 6 times a number. We're going to do this one. A number increased. What increases a plus. Increased by 5. So we'll go x increased by 5 is no more than 13. Now we just need to figure out what's this is no more than. Okay, so it's not saying it's greater than, it's not saying it's less than, but it says is no more than. So it can equal 13, right? So it can be 13, but it can't be more than 13. And that's a harder one. But is no more than 13. And that's all you have to do for that one. All right. Scroll down here. This is plugging them in. We'll just do B and C over here. So I'm going to take this equation right here. I'm going to type it out. So you got 2m. Ooh, the symbol did not come out here. Okay, we'll go minus. put a minus symbol. I'll double check that before I upload this to you guys. That one worked. So I'm not sure what that one was. 2m. So we won't want the m. I'm going to put the 8 in instead. Minus 4. And that is greater than or equal to 10. All right, so again, this is a substitution section. If you read the instructions, it wants a yes or no answer. So you want to write yes or no. All right, so is this greater than or equal to 10? Well, 8 times 2 is 16. 16 minus 4, is that greater than or equal to 10? Well, 16 minus 4 is 12. Is 12 greater than or equal to 10? Yes, 12 is. So we're going to put our answer right here. Yes. All right, so again, this is just like plugging it in. So again, I can plug this one in. I'm going to take this same problem. Let's see if it lets me copy and paste. It does. I take the same problem, but instead of 8, I'm going to plug in 10. Okay, because this is a substitution problem. We're plugging the 10 in for the m. Just like up here, you should have plugged the 2 in for the y. So now we have 20 minus 4 equals 10. And then that 20 minus 4 is 16. Is 16 greater than 10? And that is yes. All right, so again, it's just algebra. We're plugging it in and simplifying. Again, you can actually put this whole part right here, you can put in your calculator at once. This whole part right here, you can put into your calculator at once. All right. So now we're trying to graph these. We're trying to name them. So this, we always start with x, and then we look at the number it's at. Okay, well, we're always going to start with x, and we're going to start with the number that it's on, so -2. Now we just need to choose the symbol. Well, this is a filled-in circle, so a filled-in circle is going to be one of these two. We always know that. But we want x to be greater than. Notice it's going to the larger numbers. So we want x to be greater than or equal to -2. So we ended up using this symbol because we wanted x to be greater than or equal to 2. There we go. All right, number 15, we can do this one together. We had one just like this on the quiz. A taxi service charges 55 cents per mile. So we have 55 cents. We do not know how many miles we are going to drive. There is no standard fee on this one. That's a big difference. Jimmy can spend no more than $18. $18 is the max he can spend. Okay, so now we have to solve this. So what's the furthest distance he can drive? We're going to divide both sides by 0.55. Divide by 0.55. Okay, and this is just a setup and solve. It's not asking you to graph it. So make sure you read the instructions because sometimes you'll do extra than you need to. So we can only drive a max of 32.72 miles. Uh, 7.22 miles. There you go. So that's the furthest, is the max we can travel. Right there. And I can show that down here too. X would have been less than or equal to 32.72. All right. We're almost done. Now we have compound inequalities. These are our and or statements. So I'll do number 14. It's a little harder. We have to solve it twice. So this is going straight back up to number 1 and 2, but all you're doing is doing it twice. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides to get my x by itself to isolate it. When I do that, I have x is greater than 543. So I have x is greater than 3, or I subtract 2 from both sides. Subtract 2 from both sides. We have x is less than, these cross out, 432 is less than 2. All right, so let's put these on a graph. We have our number 2. We have our number 3. This one is going to be an open circle. X is greater than 3, so it goes this way. And X is less than 2, so it goes this way. And remember, this is an or statement. Or statements always go thumbs out, and statements are always thumbs in, okay? So this is an or statement, so we should have thumbs out on that one. Our final answer should look something with the arrows going out. And this one is an and statement, so our final answer should be something with the middle highlighted, just like that. Okay. So guys, that is our review. Remember, the reviews are very close to the test. Actually, I have the test right up here. Look at very similar. Still not done with it, but very similar. Okay. So if you guys have questions, make sure you let us know. Otherwise, we'll start this test on Monday, if not Tuesday next week.